The evil day, a dream of shadows. The day you face trials, temptations, the time you are attacked. It is in times like these that you learn that you need to stay prepared and equipped to stand firm. Have you ever had a dream so real it shook you awake? A dream you find your heart racing, your soul searching? The day I dreamed of, the evil day. Everyone has one. A moment when fear walks beside you, whispers in your ear, and dares you to give up. But what if that day is also the beginning of your strength? In a quiet village nestled between dark, brooding mountains, people whispered of a strange and inevitable moment called the evil day. No one really knew when or how it would come, only that everyone would face it alone. It was a day of fear, when your deepest doubts took shape and stood before you. Lena, a curious girl with a heart full of hope, grew up listening to stories her grandmother told. Stories of trials, pain, and triumph. Her grandmother had faced her own evil day long ago and often sat by the fire, speaking gently, "Prepare your heart, child. Wisdom is the light you plant before the darkness comes." One night, those words echoed in Lena's thoughts as she drifted into sleep. But this time, her dreams pulled her into something different. She stood in the village square, but everything had changed. The skies were a heavy gray. Shadows moved along the streets like they were alive. People walked silently, eyes empty, faces stiff with dread. Then, bong! A great clock rang out. The air pulsed. And from the corners of the dream, they came. Dark shapes. Whispering fears. Moving toward the villagers. They were the shadows of their worst thoughts, doubts, guilt, shame. Lena watched in horror as the people she knew began to crumble. Marco, the boy who dreamed of building wings, was crushed by the fear of failure. He curled up, tears falling, while shadows mocked him. "You'll never make it. Why try?" Emilia, the vibrant girl with a quick laugh, stood frozen. Her shadow echoed her guilt. "You don't deserve happiness when others are hurting." Lena felt panic rising inside. Would she be next? But then, she remembered her grandmother's words. She took a deep breath, dug into the warmth of her heart, and stepped forward. "Marco," her voice rang out, firm but kind. "You are not your fear. Your dreams matter. You are not alone." The shadow faltered. It shimmered, then shrank. Marco looked up, hope returning to his eyes. She turned to Emilia. "We all fall, we all fail, but we rise again. Don't carry judgment, carry love." More villagers began to stir. Eyes flickered with light. Lena stepped onto a bench and raised her voice. "We are not meant to fight these shadows alone. Together, we're stronger." The square began to glow. Light poured from the villagers, small acts of courage, sparks of connection. Shadows howled and retreated, melting like mist under morning sun. Laughter returned. The silence cracked. Hands reached out. The evil day was unraveling. Not through war, but through kindness. Through truth. In that dream, Lena learned, the evil day doesn't come to break us. It comes to remind us who we are, and who we can be for each other. She awoke with new strength in her heart. The sun rising through her window felt different that day, warmer, more alive. She looked out over the village and whispered to herself, "Let it come. I will be ready. We all will. Every one of us has an evil day. But in that darkness, we find our courage, our clarity, our connection. That's where the light begins." We need to be ready for times like this, by the divine intervention, for alone we are nothing, we are helpless. We must learn from one another.